cousins over there. These y'all cousins between the ages of 18 and 21 thought it would be a good idea to cut a hole into the fence that's around the workhouse, and then they ended up getting in onto the grounds and in the building, after which they got trapped inside a cell.
Well, them East St. Louis people need to stay over there, leave our stuff alone, and now y'all breaking in our jails.
Now you're doing too much.
I'm just saying I'm doing too much.
Okay, the bridge is a connector.
I mean, it's a connector, but stay out of our jail.
Get y'all, this y'all boy. Okay, yeah, so they were able to call some family members and get them out of a cell, but this is just another, it kind of reminds me of when we were talking about how Jamestown was just sitting there abandoned, how it was just causing issues and just being like a place of like havoc, because right now that lot where, the workhouse was is just an overflow for junk cars and tow yard and cars that's been set on fire. They actually poured $8 million into the workhouse, and then shut it down, basically abandoned it shortly after. Mm-hmm. And so now they...
$8 million?
Yeah.
Okay, and then is it open or closed?
No, it's been closed. That was one of the things that Tashara did with her first term as mayor. But she's actually established a committee to re-image the site. So some of the things that they saying it could possibly turn into is a go-kart track, a museum, or an open prairie. I don't know what an open prairie is.
Well, one thing I ain't gonna do is drive all the way over there for no race car, and I definitely ain't finna drive over there for no open prairie.
Well, it ain't too far, but I think a go-kart track, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, well, that was, you know what? Don't knock the building down. If you put $8 million in there that was tax money, well, let's go ahead and turn it into a homeless shelter. There's plenty of room in there. Take the cells down, paint it up, fix the conditions, and make it to a homeless shelter and a transitional shelter. So that mean transitional mean like we would transfer you to our homes. They're not permanent homes, but they will get you there and put the resources in program. So maybe our next new mayor would do that.
Caldwell 24?
There you go.
Okay, all right, Andrew. And other sick news, speaking of prisons, this is somebody that need to be put in a cell and never get out. It's a guy by the name, I'm going to say his name. His name is Currion M. Turner. 25 years old. Let me tell y'all what he has been charged with. 1 count of statutory sodomy. 1 count of statutory rape, 3 counts of second-degree statutory rape, 1 count of second-degree statutory sodomy, and a count of endangering the welfare of a child, because this grown man, 25 years old, thought it was a good idea to lure young girls ages 13, 14, around that age, to his apartment through Instagram.
Creep.
Disgusting.
Creep, man. He was contacting these young ladies via, I'm talking about ages going as young as 13 years old, contacting them via Instagram, a fake page, claiming that he was 17 years old, and then getting them to his apartment and sexually assaulting them. The craziest story to me is when on November 15th, the 13-year-old middle schooler, he sent an Uber to her school to pick her up and then have the Uber deliver her to his crib and sexually assaulted her.
Oh, wow.
And, he is being held and being denied bond.
Correct.
He should never get out.
No.
He should never get out.
We don't trust you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know what goes on in your mind to want to prey on young kids, young women, whatever it is.
Oh, he's staying there for the rest of his life.
You got these people locked up still for minor marijuana offenses and things of that nature, man. And this really who the prison system, I feel like, is for. Straight flat out murderers and people like this, man. So to the families that's affected by this, we're gonna send some prayers and stuff your way, because
and to the young women that's affected by that.
Exactly.
We gotta pray for them.
And that goes back to them stories of when we were saying how people was trying to say, oh, well, as soon as something happened to you, you should come out and say something about it. But them young girls gonna be dealing with that trauma for a minute, and they probably never want to come out and say something about that. You get what I'm saying? Right. So just be conscious, and that also goes to say, be aware of what your kids are doing on these phones, because that internet can be a scary place. It can be a useful tool if you use the right way, but also a scary place.
Shorty, how can we? I know we telling them that, but I have cousins that are 7, 5, putting up the middle finger, got their own phone, and cursing their own mom out.
Yeah, sometimes the parents.
So how is we speaking that to them? They do listen.
Honestly, I don't know. That's why I ain't got kids.
So I don't see how.
I don't know if I'm going that way. You know what I'm saying? It's scary out here.
We in a world of trouble. Next,
y'all, rent is due today, man. It's the first of the month. Make sure you pay it, or use that little grace period like I do. All right, it ain't late to the 5th. All right, y'all
right.
gonna get it. Y'all gonna get it on the 4th, man. Good morning, y'all. The home team is on.
Right.